So right, it is International Fight Week, and to celebrate, UFC 303 Pereira versus Procházka 2 takes place as the main event this weekend, and quite similar to my other pay-per-view videos, I'm going to be going through the entire main card, starting with the opener, ending with the main event, giving you guys my full breakdown and predictions. And wow, looking at the card right now, there's a lot of exciting stuff to cover. So if you guys are wondering who I got for the early prelims, boom, this is who I got. And if you guys are wondering who I got for the prelim card, boom, this is who I got. Can't wait to talk about these, especially the Payton Talbott fight. So let's just waste no further time and break down UFC 303. Before we start, a grand honorable mention. Payton Talbott takes on Yanis Ghemmouri, and I don't understand why this fight isn't on the main card rather than it being on the prelims, but I digress. After seeing his dominant and utterly destructive win over Cameron Simon, I was completely sold on Talbott. The kid is an athlete, young, undefeated, calm, technical, and also very cerebral. He's coming into this as a massive, massive favorite, and I'm very confident enough to say that he beats Yanis anywhere the fight goes. So Payton Talbott is a confident lock, and he gets the win via second round TKO. Starting off with the opener of the main card, Ian Garry versus Michael Venom Page. Interesting fight taking place in the welterweight division. In my opinion, this is the trickiest fight to predict out of the whole card. In this fight, I could really see it going two ways. The first, I could see a technical and a quite boring tit-for-tat performance from Garry, or I could see MVP catching and sleeping Ian Garry. It's tough because either one of these outcomes can happen, but don't be surprised if Ian Garry implements grappling into this matchup. Now, I don't think the age will play a big factor into this, but again, it's tough, it's tricky, but I'm going to stay with my initial pick here. I'm going to be going with Ian Machado Garry to get the win via close decision, possibly even split, 29-28. Moving on to the next fight on the main card. Mayra Bueno Silva versus Macy Sassan. I'll make this one pretty quick. Personally, I do believe Macy Sassan is an underrated fighter, especially in this matchup. In Bueno Silva's last fight, aside from the first round, looked awful and showed the clear holes in her game, which I think Chiasson can take advantage of. Macy Chiasson will have the framing, size, and height advantage. I could see her mitigating Silva's grappling because she is a certified black belt herself and outstriking her to a decision. Macy Chiasson is a slight underdog and is the pick to get the win via close decision, 29-28. We move on to the feature fight of the main card, Anthony Smith versus Roman Dolidze. To be honest, this fight was a lot more trickier to predict after doing my research. But despite all that, despite being on a 2-fight losing skid, Roman Dolidze is always dangerous each and every time he fights. However, he is taking this on very short notice. I think it's a week short. Anthony Smith has had 3 weeks to prepare, is riding some momentum, and is the experienced light heavyweight. It's risky, but I am going to be going with Anthony Smith to get the win via close decision. Moving on to the co-main event. Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopes. I mean, what an exciting and intriguing matchup taking place in the featherweight division. This is going to be a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fan's dream, so I cannot wait for this fight to hit the ground when it does. If it does, Brian Ortega is back with momentum, taking on a young, dangerous prospect in Diego Lopes. This is a massive step up in competition for Lopez, that's a fact. But with the recent news of Ortega wanting to move up in lightweight, begs for a lot of questions, especially for the weight cut. It's a bit risky and a tough one to call, but I'm going to be going with the young, dangerous fighter riding huge momentum. I'm going to be going with Diego Lopes to get the win via late rounds TKO. Moving on to the main event. The challenger, Jiří Procházka, taking on the defending champion, Alex POATAN Pereira. Guys, my whole take on this rematch is, can Jiří Procházka make the subtle adjustments against Alex Pereira in under 15 days? Personally, I don't think so. Now, I will say a 15-day title fight is very unideal for both men. Both guys can shut each other's lights out with an instant, making this a tough and tricky one to call. Last fight out, both guys fought on UFC 300. Alex Pereira is coming off the better and cleaner win and performance. And if I'm being quite honest, I don't think Jiří Procházka is going to take Alex Pereira down. And when he does, it's going to be all too late. I'm repping the Alex Pereira shirt, so I'm going to be going with Alex Pereira to get the win via first or second round brutal KO. All in all, things didn't go my way on last weekend's card. Got the main, co-main, and a few fights wrong, but despite all that, I did get a few right, and I went 3 for 3 on my locks. So overall, I went a total record of 6-5, going over 50%. So thank you guys for watching today's video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on my socials, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.